Right, the cards I'll read off, everyone. I've split into three piles, 1, 2, 3, and this is for Decan 1, Decan 2, and Decan 3. Now, the cards I'm going to read from are the Soleone Tarot. So they're my oldest cards. They've been with me for over 30 years, those cards. Then I've got the Rider-Waite cards, which most people will be familiar with because they're very popular in England. And then the other ones are playing cards. So you can see that these have been with me for many, many years as well, these small playing cards. Okay, so we've got Decan 1, Decan 2, and Decan 3. Okay, so this is for Scorpio Decan 1. So I'm going to put 3 of each card out. So 1, 2, 3, the Soleone. 1, 2, 3 of the Rider-Waite. Okay, and we'll have 2 of the playing cards. Okay then, in the top row, Temperance, the Wheel of Fortune, and the 2 of Cups. Right, so out of 3 cards there, 2 of them are major arcana cards. So we've got Temperance. So this card is saying, on the surface, everything's going well, but underneath, there's undercurrents going on. So it appears that everything is going okay. But there seems to be some kind of turnaround, and that is in your love life. So we've got this Wheel of Fortune, and the table turns the other way, and this is to do with love. Maybe what it could be going on, what I feel is going on with that Scorpio Decan 1 is as maybe one person had more control in a relationship than the other person. And maybe it's time that there's a shift going on in that. So the Wheel of Fortune is bringing that in. Now, it all seems quite calm there. But, as I say, with that Temperance, there is undercurrents going on. Now, when we come into the second part here, we've got this King of Wands, 3 of Swords, and 8 of Wands there. Right, so King of Wands, so it's talking about a man. And with it being this one there, the Ace of Wands. Now, the Ace of Wands is sudden movement, things happening quickly, but it can also be about movement. And the Wands are the cards what are about travelling. So we've got sort of 2 Wands cards, and then we've got the 3 of Swords going on in the middle. Now, there's some kinds of part, you separate, or that there's a parting with that one, the 3 of Swords. So it could be also that maybe someone is going away to work. It could be maybe that this fella, it's implying at the top, is in a different place. So there's something to do with distance there. But when you get to the bottom, so the 2 playing cards what I've picked out. So we've got a Queen of Diamonds, and we've got the 10 of Cups as well. So the Queen of Diamonds is referring to a woman. And the little message what is kind of being given from that is, well, the 10 of Cups is a card around happiness. So it does look as though ultimately at the end of this, you will get the happiness that you wanted. It takes a little glitch off it because the card is upside down, so it's reversed, but it's still a positive card, the 10 of Hearts. So there is happiness at the end of it, or you know, there is a favourable outcome. So I do think Scorpio, Deacon 1, I think that you're going to be kind of, a lot of your month, it's going to be going on in your mind, and in reality as well. It's about your love life. Okay, so this next reading is for Scorpions of Decan 2. Okay, so we'll take any three cards. And the same with the Rider-Waite. So we'll just take any three cards from anywhere. Okay, and from the small cards, we will take any two. Okay, what you've got in the first row, Scorpio, your first card is the Three of Wands. Okay, it's a minor card, but it does indicate that card that you're setting out for something. Now, what you get is going to be totally different than you imagined or you expected things would go. But it sort of goes better, or it's still really good. This one is telling me that you're hesitating with something. The Five of Cups. So everyone's into it, and this one is looking away and missing the boat. So the message with that card is it's something that you're not sure, or you've been hesitating with. And be careful that you don't miss the boat with a situation. Then we've got the Judgment card, which is the major card out in that row. And this is talking about a decision that you must make, an important decision, and it will have changing effects, life-changing consequences from the decision what you make. So it looks to me as though it's something that you've been thinking about and hesitating on. So there's a situation that we've got that, and you've been kind of pondering on it for a while. Now, when we go into this next row there, movement going on there. So the Chariot, movement, victory, success. A very nice card. It can also, it can indicate travelling as well, that card. The Ace of Pentacles is around your financial setup and your security. And the Ace of Cups, which is around your relationships. What we seem to have going on is the whole message there, Scorpio. It seems as though you've got a decision to make, what you've been, not sure of or hesitating with. Now, I think one of these decisions could be concerning maybe spending money on a car. So that's one decision that you're looking at. Maybe you've got to spend money on the car you've got, or you're thinking about a new car. So that's one thing. Another thing I think that your decision might have been is about maybe your love life, or for some of you, it will be the love life, because the Ace of Cups is around that area of life. Now, it could be something that you've been hesitating with, and then this decision would have a life-changing sort of impact from it. So it looks as though it could be that you've been hesitating, and it's a decision maybe to get more involved. Maybe you've been taking it very slow, or it's been like a kind of a no strings attached relationship, or it's at the early stages. So maybe it could be it's time to think, do you want more from this? Another thing what I'm thinking as well is that the two aces together often represent some kind of reunion or reconciliation. So it could be that you're bumping into people in your life as well who you haven't seen for some time. Or it could even indicate that this lover, who you want who you've got this decision whether to get more involved in. It could be that there's somebody who you know already as well. Right, now just looking at the last two then, so the playing cards, so we've got the Queen of Spades and we've got the Ace of Diamonds as well. Ace of Diamonds is a very nice card. Not dissimilar to the Ace of Pentacles, it does talk about your financial setup. So I think that maybe this relationship, it could strengthen your financial setup or your security as well, just even making you feel more secure. It could be as well that, you know, this is something that you're thinking about or you're making plans with this month about your finances for the future. And with having this card there, the Chariot, that is a successful card. So I would think that that would go really well for you. Anyway, this one is, so we've got this one, Queen of Spades, and it talks about a woman, maybe a dark-haired woman, maybe a woman who's by herself. But there's a message, important message, coming for you. Seems to be coming via a woman. Okay, so do look out for that this month. Right, this reading is for Scorpions born Decan 3. So we'll put any three cards out from the Solioni. The same, any three from the Rider-Waite. And any two from the playing cards. Okay, let's see what we've got. Right, so just looking at the top row, everyone, the major card is the moon in that row, so that's going to dominate that top row. Now the moon card is a little bit of a deceptive card, so you're not seeing everything clearly when you see that card. Now if you imagine going out in the street in the day and the sun's out, you can see everything, but when you go out in the night and the moon's out, it's all in shadows, and you've got to kind of link this with the way you're seeing something. You're not seeing everything, and you must try and be aware of that. This one here is telling me that you don't like the options, what you've got. So the Eight of Swords is, it's a card where if you go that way, you don't like those options. If you go that way, you don't like those either. And then we've got the Seven of Pentacles. Now, I've kind of read yours back to front because the moon stood out. So normally I would go that way or this way with them rather than that way. The Seven of Pentacles is when you're trying to save something. So it's kind of like a little bit of a pause going on, that the rewards will come later on. So I feel as though what this reading is, Scorpio Decan 3, there you've got the King of Cups. Now the King of Cups is a man who's warm-hearted towards you there. And we've got the Star. And the Star is kind of, you're wishing on a star, you're wishing for something to come true. So it looks as though, because you want this wish, it's not actually happening now. It's how you want it to be. That wish is the way you want things to go. This one here is tension. So I would say it looks to me, with this reading, Scorpio, where we're going with this, I would say that, okay, it seems as though there's a man there and you would really like something to come off with them. It could be that there's been tension and you don't really know all the facts, what's going on. But you know that you would like something deeper with them. and at the moment it's just not going your way, and you know, you're not aware of half of the things what's going on as well. So it could be that even though he's warm-hearted towards you, he's actually being really quite secretive as well. So, you know, you want this person to share, um, you want them to share this information, or, you know, this personal stuff. But maybe this will come later. Okay, so at the moment, you know, you're wishing for this, but maybe it's going to come later on. But it is sort of, you know, given this tension at the initially. Just looking at these ones, what you've got there as well. Now that's Seven of Spades. It's some kind of, do watch out for this month as well, because that card shows up when there's some kind of disagreement with a friend, some kind of problem. So do watch for that as well. So if anyone kind of winds you up this month, and you do value their friendship, you know, do kind of like try and count to 10 before you go on the attack, because that card is indicating that there could be, you know, a loss of a friendship if you don't handle the situation right.